Yo, what's good? Today we're gonna be covering how to make a shoulder pal like this, or in any pose really. Um, so let's get started. First you're gonna wanna open Roblox Studio. You're gonna wanna have a plugin, like Avatar Importer or something to import your avatar. All right. So what I will do is I'll import R6. Let's see. So for this we want him to be at 0, 3, 0 in position. So over here, if you go into properties, position 0, 3, 0. So that way he should statistically be, yeah, there we go. He is on the floor, not floating. So we want to carry this model over into Blender. So here we have NC Blender space. You're gonna wanna select everything, like all the accessories, sorry. You can do this by doing control clicking. You're gonna drag it onto workspace and group it by doing control control G. So select all the accessories. Control G, now it's grouped. And this is gonna be the accessory model. Accessories. You're gonna wanna export this. Save export as OBJ. Before you actually export it, I like to export it to groups. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a group. A folder. Sorry, not a group. Real Star Fuse accessories. So there we go. We have a folder for his accessories. I'm gonna open this folder. We're gonna import into here. Accessories. I'm just gonna do ACK. There we go. We can do that. Now we have the body itself. Let's save this. You right click on the group. You right click, save export, OBJ, export as OBJ into Blender. Let's open Blender. There's my Blender. We have this. Okay, what does this mean? We can, what we can do is import, go to File, Import, OBJ. I found the file with the accessories, which should be properly textured if you did it right. And if you go back, like import OBJ, Starfuse body, there we go, body OBJ. So now we have the actual thing, the body inside of Blender. Wow, although it looks pretty clean and stuff, we are not quite finished because if you want to upload it as a Roblox CGC or an accessory or a shoulder pal, we're going to want this number, which you can see by going into viewport overlays and clicking on statistics. You have to click on the top right over here. I'm going to click on the arrow there, click on statistics so you can see the number of how many triangles your total model has. And we have 11,000, nearly 12. We want to get this number down to a way lower amount, so like 4,000 and under. 4,000 and under is our limit. Cannot have more than 4,000. You can see that the body itself is 1,000. Is the accessories. These are the triangle heavy parts. As you can see, it's practically taking up most of it. So what I like to do is we go into this blue little wrench. This is modifiers. And click on add a modifier and use decimate. So what decimate does is it removes as many triangles and geometry as it can while making it look similar or the same. And you can decimate, but it may look bad. It does remove quality, so be aware. Another way I can suggest doing this is substituting or deleting a few accessories. If you're a client or you're doing a UGC for yourself, if you can try to minimize the amount of accessories, so like this little tag right here, I don't think that's really important. So what we can do is select everything by pressing L, which is linked. So you see select linked, it selects everything that is connected. It may not work for you initially because what I did was I selected everything by pressing A, and I did M, which is merge, and then I did by distance. So what it does is that vertices, there was a bunch of vertices inside of each other, and I just practically merged them and just collided them, made it one. So now the entire model is fused, and I can select linked parts, which is pretty nice. So I can select this little tag over here and delete it by pressing X. We can also select this bag, you know, do a lot with length to clear it up. So we clean up the bag, delete it, boom. So now our model is down a lot of vertices. We also have keys over here. We can hide everything else besides what you have selected by pressing slash. Let's delete this as well. Let's go back. So you can press slash again to bring it back. So you clean up the model. Let's make sure pretty. Once again, let's try decimate because it didn't apply it. So try to go under 4,000. Okay, so that's like, and there we go. As you can see, it's decimating the smaller geometry or whatever. Like, it's doing minimal changes, and since there's no bag or whatever, other smaller parts, it's not decimating as much. It looks good, and it's kind of confusing to explain. If you have any questions, you can join the Discord server in the description. It's a UGC server I have. You can ask questions there, and I will help you out. Anyways, once you have made the decimate modifier, you want to click on apply over here. Okay, let's say you want to pose your character. First, you want to separate each body part. So you have the head, torso, 2 legs, and 2 arms. I like to begin with the arms. So you can go into edit mode. You want to select, you're in object mode over here. While in object mode, you want to select the body, go into edit mode. Now you have a lot of these lines and dots. It depends on what you see based on your mode. There's vertice mode, edge mode, and face mode. I prefer face mode or vertice mode. You can also swap between these using 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is vertex, 2 is edge, and 3 is face. Let's begin. So I like to separate the body parts by selecting each part individually and then separating. You can select each body part by using linked, which is the L key. You can press L while hovering over it, and you'll select everything that's linked. So for whatever reason, Roblox has the top and bottom of the arm separate from the sides. That's fine though, we can select it all together. Once you have it selected, you can separate it by pressing P. Press P and selection. Now if you exit out of edit mode, so we're in edit mode, we go to object mode. This is separate. You can see you can move the arm by pressing G. So you want to go into edit mode, I press tab. We select everything linked by pressing L and P. Now it's about to be the harder part, which I don't like that much, and that is that I have to do the body itself. Let's quickly. Yeah, I don't like this. It doesn't support the head. There isn't really a head to support, I think. I don't even know if there is. Oh, there is. Okay. So what I did there is I hid the top of the part by pressing H. So I can actually go and click on the bottom of the head, separate it. Now that we hid it, we can unhide it. How are we gonna do that? We do Alt H, which is undoing everything that's hidden. So I can hide this, and it's still there. It's still there. So if you go into object mode, it's still there. It's just out of the way. So if you need to get something out of the way for a little bit, you can hide it with H. So yeah, okay, let's continue. Now I'm gonna do the legs, which I fairly dislike. Let's hide that. Okay, I'm pretty confident if I select this. Yes, okay. Now if okay, so what we gotta do? Oh no. Okay, unhide it. Now what I did there was I hit top or the middle part of the leg. It doesn't select the top and bottom, so we can hide it. Select the top and bottom. and unhide it. And now we have everything selected and everything separated. Everything is individual. So now let's go back to unhiding everything. Or no, slash. I did slash. So you can slash to hide everything except the selected. Or you can do H to hide selected geometry. Okay, so now there's three main keybinds: scale, rotate, and G to move. Rotate is R, scale is S, and G for moving. Now you might be trying to rotate the arm, and it's like, why is it going like that? It's funky. Well, that's because the origin of the object is at the world origin, or I forgot what it's called. Cursor. That's a cursor. So what we can do is select whatever you're gonna move. Click on object. Set origin and origin to geometry. You see that little orange dot? It moves it, and you can now rotate it from that part. Now, let's say you want to move it up here, like up to the middle of here. Okay, so what you can do, if you want to put it on a specific part, what you can do is shift and right click. It's going to move it. It's going to put it on the nearest surface. Let's say you move it somewhere and you want to bring it back to the middle over here. You can do that by pressing Shift S and world origin. Okay, now let's say you want to have it perfectly centered over here. You can do Shift S, cursor to selected. Now, how's that going to help us with the rotating from the top? You're going to move the object origin to the cursor. So if you go to object, set origin to 3D cursor. There we go. We can move it from that point, which is how you move an individual limb. So you can see the cursor, the cursor is still here. So we can't move the origin to the cursor yet. We have to set the cursor. So let's select cursor to selected, object, set origin to 3D cursor. And we can move something like, let's do this. So I'm pressing G and I'm just using the axis to go up and down, left and right, backwards and forwards. You can see which axis is over here, and you can use that key to move it along that axis. Alrighty. Just gonna quickly do that. And there we have it. You have a pose. I might do a tutorial on how to make a specific rig, maybe for graphics effects, for shoulder pals. I don't know, it's really funky. I've tried it before, it doesn't really work that well. Anyways, if you enjoyed this tutorial, actually no. Okay, once you have body, you want to merge all the parts, and you want to have same texture for everything. So we have a lot of parts over here. As you can see, we have the accessory, the bodies, and the body parts. So let's just join it. We can do Control J to join. Now you have one part, but you can't quite export it yet. That is because you have numerous textures to merge. You have to merge it all together. Before we merge, here's what I like to do. You go into edit mode, select everything, click on this green little thing, the triangle that says data. Go to UV maps and click on plus. Do not click on the camera icon yet, because it's gonna look weird. But you make sure you have this one selected. Now go to UV editing, press U, and do smart project. Add an island margin of like 0.01. Now what it does is it spreads everything over here, the UV data. It may not entirely fit, so you can select everything and try and scale it to the try and scale it as much as you can. Okay. Now we go to shading. Alright, so we want to create new image textures for each slot. Actually, we want to use the same image texture. So what we're gonna do is Shift A while you're in the shading tab. Add an image texture and do new. You want to keep this resolution the same and big too. New image. We're gonna copy and paste it to every single slot over here. So you can do Control C and Control V Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, and Control V. So what this does is we have the same texture, copy and paste it. Make sure you have it selected. This is crucial. You have to have it selected. Once it's selected and you did the UV unwrap, you can go click on this camera icon where it says render. Switch render engine to cycles and preferably to device to GPU compute. If you have a GPU, of course, that is better than the CPU. And now go into bake. Find bake. So this is not important. You want to find bake. Do view from bake type to diffuse. That just means color. And contributions, you do just color, uncheck direct and indirect. Once you've done that, you can click on bake. Now we have a texture over here. I don't like how it's sized though, so let's redo that. It's okay, we can still bake it, so let's fit that like that. Go back to the camera and do bake again because it was ugly. There we have it. So now we have one model and we have one texture. You want to save this texture, or you can do it later, but this is going to be the important part. It's going to be an important texture that you're going to apply to your character. So look, if you go on this material tab, we can remove every single texture, add a new image texture, and select bake 2. Now it looks weird, I know, believe me, but we're going to go back to data. I'm going to click on this camera icon, and voila, it works. It looks normal. You can go back to UV map, the original one, and delete that. So now we have a finished model. You can go over to File, Export, OBJ. Let's go to Downloads, Starfuse Accessories, just export. Alright. Yep. We go back to Roblox Studio. So this bald guy can leave, he can get out. Go import, find the export file wherever you exported it, and it should be ready. Make sure you select the creator. So if you're uploading to a group, select the correct group. If you're uploading it, you can upload it. So let's import it. Now we didn't scale it down in Blender, so therefore it's going to be the same size as the normal character. But we can scale it down perfectly fine. So let's this big, just like a normal shoulder pal, I guess. We can import another avatar. So let's do. Okay, now when fitting accessories, I recommend doing R15. R6 is just broken with accessory fitting. I don't really know. I don't like it. Now when using R15, you import whatever character you want to scale it on. You click on avatar, accessory, and click on the part which you want to make an accessory. Next, accessory. Let's say this is a shoulder pal. We're making a shoulder pal. Depends on which shoulder you want to make it. I'm gonna make it on the right shoulder. So let's do shoulder, right shoulder, next. Now we're fitting it. Not quite right yet. Let's click on the plus, and if you have an R15 model, you can hover over your character. Do not click on the white plus. Just try and hover it and get that blue box. Click it, add tile, confirm. Now you should have a character which is able to be fitted on. I'm pretty sure this might be incorrect. I'm not really confident in myself. Okay. So you can make a bigger screen for fitting right here. You can see how it works or looks. You can just move around the shoulder pal using rotate, move, scale, rotate. You can kind of pick out what you want it to be like. So once you have it as you like, let's say this is gonna be my final model. You can click on generate mesh part accessory, and I should have a model or accessory part. Sorry, should be called default, and you're gonna have a part inside of it called handle. This statistically should work. So what you can do is try dragging it into the rig right here. And as you can see, it automatically applies to it. It automatically applies and you can see it. Before you upload it, I do recommend you make a thumbnail for the accessory because we have it right here. When we're gonna upload it without a thumbnail, it's gonna look weird. So let me demonstrate. See, it's backwards, not good. So what we can do is select the model. Make sure you have a plugin called Thumbmaker or UGC Thumbnail Tool. Any of them work. Downloaded. You can select the thumbnail of the UGC like this. Select it. Make thumbnail. And you should have a thumbnail configuration added to it. Now you can do save to Roblox and after item, asset, shoulder accessory. And voila, you just name the item, pay 80 Robux for the upload. It's gonna go through moderation. And if you want to put it on sale, you can wait another little bit, wait for moderation, and then pay 1,000 Robux. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. So good luck on your shoulder pal, and I'll see you later.